Good evening, Patriots. Dan Dubois, Canadian Combat Coalition. We're also known as C3. I'm just going to invite a few people in here. Please bear with me. Yeah, I've got this problem, I decided the last minute to do a video and I just go ahead and do it. And I wing it. That's why they're very imperfect and probably pretty down to earth, because I don't rehearse or anything. I just decide at the last minute, you know what? Let's address our patriots and let's talk about a few things that I hear are of concern. I think the thing that resonates the loudest lately about the Maxime Bernier leaving the PC government and starting his own government, the thing that resonates the loudest on that is that there's a lot of questions. And from what I can tell, patriots across Canada want answers. To sum it up, I'm asked numerous times daily what my opinions are, if I endorse Maxime Bernier or not. I have to say, you know what, out of every candidate out there, I got to say I endorse Maxime Bernier the most. He seems to say things that patriots want to hear. Is it all bull? Is it all a smokescreen? Is it all just to get votes? Is he just kissing butt? Who knows? But, the fact of the matter is Canadians want answers. Oh, hi, Whitney. By the way, Whitney, full C3 member out in Edmonton. Man, this guy is one active dude, and I swear to God, if we were all like Whitney, we wouldn't be in the jackpot that we're in right now. That guy works and donates so much time to the movement and helping his community. Commendable to say the least, and probably one of the most patriotic Canadian citizens out there. Whitney, we are proud and fortunate to have such a great guy like you with C3. Hey, Rob Ferris, a new C3 member as of recent. He came to Toronto with us during our vigil. Pretty active guy. Was with us in Sudbury at the Women's Take Back the Night March. And I see Tracy Barron and Tara Smith and Eunice Bailey. Love you guys. You guys have become like friends. Many I haven't met. Carl Edward Fleury, hey brother. I met him. I had the great fortune of meeting that dude. There's a guy that's an awesome patriot. So anyways, I'm thinking that I got some questions for Maxime Bernier. I'm hoping you guys will share this video and maybe it'll get to him. I plan on trying to get a hold of the guy. I'd like to speak to him, feel him out. But these are some questions that have been asked me. I'm not the smart guy here. People have asked me to ask you, our patriots, what you think he's going to do. For example, what's he going to do about immigration and illegal immigration? Rumors are that he's going to allow 250,000 more compared to the Liberals and PC wanting to allow 1 million over the next 3 years. Is he going to enforce proper vetting? Like these guys walking across the border illegally, I think the border should be closed. They should be held back. You come in through the front door, you're properly vetted, and if you make the cut to be a great Canadian, then we let you in. Simple as that. So will he secure our borders? Maxime, are you going to secure our borders? You're going to tell the RCMP, instead of being bellhops, that maybe they should turn these people back, send them back to where they came from, to that nice, peaceful US of A, that country that is not in turmoil. So you can't claim refugee status. It's bogus. You're breaking the law. Go home. Simple. How about double standards? Is he going to address double standards? And by that, I'm not happy that Ford is actually letting the Sikhs in Ontario not have to wear helmets. These guys are going to get head injuries and they're going to need medical care. Some of them probably wind up vegetables and be stuck in wheelchairs. And who's going to pay for them? Who's going to pay for these Sikhs that are going to get in accidents riding motorcycles on our streets when they go head on with a car and head first in the windshield? I don't think that turban is going to protect them very much. I think there's going to be numerous brain injuries, and I believe that it's Canadian citizens, once again, that are going to be made to flip the bill. So I'm not cool with that. I'm not happy. I'm happy with Ford for the most part, but I'm not crazy that he's playing into the double standards and giving in to minorities. Listen, these are minorities. You know what that means? There's not much of them. So why are we bending over backwards and kissing their butts and letting them impose their laws and their beliefs on us Canadian citizens and on Canada and Ontario, if we're speaking about Ford? Why are we letting this happen? Listen, did you like coming to Canada? Did you want to come to Canada? Were you born in Canada? Do you like Canada? Well, Canada's got rules. And if you're not going to listen to the rules, go where they allow you to ride motorcycles with no helmets. Simple as that. Don't impose minorities' beliefs on the majority. These are double standards. So, Maxime, will you address such things? No more double standards. The law's for everybody. I don't care what color you are. It's not a race thing. It's not a religion thing. It's a law thing. Like the border, that's federal law, crossing it illegally. Period. You're breaking a law. Are we going to enforce our borders? And will Maxime Bernier? Does Maxime endorse the UN, the United Nations? Is he going to pander to the United Nations like JT's doing there? Is he going to kiss their butt as well? More than supposedly 57 Arabic countries in the United Nations. Clearly, the United Nations has been compromised. It's not about proper, taking care of the world. It's about endorsing Islam and stuff like that, it seems. Now I hear that in the United Nations, they want people punished if they criticize Islam. What's about... They're so scared of being criticized. Why are you being criticized? Maybe it's because you guys are wrong. Maybe you deserve criticism. Simple as that. Come on. If you're criticized so much, must be that you deserve the criticism, right? Or you wouldn't be criticized. So I'd like to see Maxime say, we are out of here. We're not taking care of the UN. We're not endorsing the UN. We're leaving the UN. Is it going to be all about Quebec? We know that Maxime's from Quebec, I believe. Don't take me verbatim on that. I think he's from Quebec, and people are concerned. Is it going to be all about Quebec? Or is he going to take care of Canada? Like the West, let's face it, has been neglected. Great contributors to Canada's economy, the West. Awesome contributors. Look at all the oil, the wood, you name it. There's lots of natural resources coming out of the West, helping support this great nation. So, will they get just attention? That's a question Canadians want answered. Will he make his government accountable? Not like Justin Trudeau that gives all kinds of the lamest, most lame, I think is sufficient. The lamest excuses for all his wrongdoings, breaking federal law, making Canada look like a bunch of retards, losing some very important NAFTA deals with our counterparts on this continent. I mean, Justin's more about take pictures of me and make me popular. It's about Justin and his popularity and his notoriety. It's not about Canadians. That's pretty obvious. How can a country that's $1 trillion in debt afford to give billions of dollars to other countries that hate you? Endorsing some of these countries that are actually invading us right now and trying to take down the Americas. How do you endorse these people? How do you give them our money? We're $1 trillion, 1.5, almost $1.5 trillion in debt, and we can afford to give billions of dollars away to foreign countries, but not help our Canadians? Come on. Is this not the craziest thing you've ever heard? You going to stop that, Maxime? You going to endorse such motions as M103? That is actually taking away our freedom of speech and quelling patriots that want to criticize Islam and have the right to criticize Islam. This ideology deserves criticism. I feel it's your duty to expose such a wrongful type, it's totally, misogynistic type ruling over citizens. It's using religion and mixing it with politics to rule over the citizens. That's wrong. That's wrong. Civilized nations have recognized this to be wrong. Will you allow us to keep our guns? That's another question people were very interested in knowing and that wanted an answer. Are you going to let us keep our guns, Maxime, or are you going to be like the libs and try to actually disarm the good patriots and citizens? To own a gun in Canada, you've got to go through extensive training. You have to take an extensive test. You have to be properly vetted by the RCMP and what have you. You can't have criminal record of violence. I mean, the people that have guns in Canada have been checked out and deserve to have guns. They're not the people going out there injuring people with their guns. No, it's the people with illegal guns. So what are you going to do? Disarm the people that have been vetted and have legal ownership to guns and are responsible gun owners? You're going to disarm those good people and leave the the criminals armed? Because you can't take the guns away from the criminals. Those guns are illegal. The gun that killed the girl on the Danforth in Toronto, illegal gun. Bad people use illegal guns. So I believe that you should let the good people keep their guns to defend against the bad people that have guns and you have no intentions of taking away. So, Maxime, there's another question Canadians want to know. Are you going to let us keep our guns? You're going to help South Africans? I had people wonder about that. Is he going to help the South Africans? Clearly, there's almost genocide going on down there. We're letting any Tom, Dick, and Harry walk right across our border. Why can't we help these people that are deserving? They would actually be the true definition of refugees because they're leaving a country that is in turmoil and they might face death if they stay there. So to save their lives, they have to leave that country, and they don't want to, but it is what it is. These are the type of people we should vet and let into the country with open arms. Nothing wrong with immigration, but let's let in the right people, not the wrong people. So are you going to look after that, Maxime Bernier? Something that was brought up too is that by letting every Tom, Dick, and Harry cross the border, there's been new developments in our health issues in Canada. Now tuberculosis is back. Many diseases are back in Canada that we had totally eradicated. Why? Because of these illegal immigrants. they carry disease. So they're bringing disease into the country. Not only are they jeopardizing our safety because a percentage of them are of ISIS and Hamas type mentality, and they're only here to take us over and injure us and hurt us when the time is right. And not only that, they're bringing in disease. So, the well-being and safety of Canadians is in jeopardy. Are you going to look after that issue, Maxime Bernier? That's another question Canadians are answering, or asking. People are concerned that if we let in all the same type of immigrants, they water down the host culture, which is Canadians. And next thing you know, we have to adhere to their religions and stuff like that, especially the Muslim Islamist type agenda. They really push it hard. You have no choice. You either become like them or you pay a tax. What if the country is overrun by these people? Like, we know mass immigration doesn't work. And the proof of that is ask our First Nations how mass immigration worked out for them. They're now second-class citizens in their own country, stuck on reserves, drinking crap water. 13 years this problem hasn't been addressed. Some of these native reserves don't even have proper drinking water. They have to live on bottled water. Can you imagine? Can you friggin' imagine? 13 years. This government hasn't, we can look after everybody in the whole world, but we can't look after our own. I'm telling you something. Fact of the matter is, it's not written anywhere that Canada owes a debt or owes to save the world. I think we should save ourselves first. Then if we can afford to, we help others. Wouldn't you do that? What would you do if you're bleeding to death? Okay, you've got a vein open and you're bleeding to death. Are you going to go to CBS and go donate blood out of the other arm? Are you? Are you going to, you're bleeding, you got an artery cut wide open. Are you going to go donate blood? No. You're going to go seek medical attention and fix that artery. Then you can go give blood. You know what I mean? I want to commend our C3 active team. People like Diane Bessett and stuff. They're out there, actually been phoning and trying to get a hold of Maxime's team, and they're looking for answers. Okay, we've been, I haven't done it personally, but we've got some members out there that are actually active and have the presence of mind that they're phoning Maxime's office and they're going to get us some answers. We're going to find out where, we got time, people, no time to panic. We have time to find out exactly what Maxime's narrative and agenda is going to be. Now, I hate to hear when everybody's saying, oh my goodness, this is divisive, you just divided the PC vote. No, it shouldn't divide the PC vote. We should look at both the candidates, Scheer versus Maxime, and the one that makes the most sense, the one that's going to provide and take care of Canada the best, that's who gets our endorsement. We don't endorse the other guy at all. So where's the division there? We either all endorse Scheer or we all endorse Maxime Bernier. And I'll tell you right now, my personal opinion, my personal feeling, I'm leaning toward Maxime Bernier. I believe that Scheer is another globalist, and if you elect Scheer, you're going to get 4 more years of Trudeau-like government. Can we afford that? Over $1 trillion in debt, people. For those of you who don't know, your grandkids might not be able to pay this debt off. Can you believe that? This liberal government has saddled us with 2 generations worth of debt. You kidding me? Mark Dixon made a very good point. He says Trudeau's getting this awesome pension. Well, I think if we brand him and find him to be a traitor, and if we can prove that he was actually a detriment to this country and didn't do anything positive to this country, that he actually almost ruined this country, why does he deserve a pension? He should be stripped of his pension. Any MP, any prime minister that found guilty of actually harming the country and not contributing in a positive fashion to the country should not get a pension. I mean, doesn't that just make sense? That's an awesome point Mark Dixon made. Hey, listen, this prime minister's young. He's going to live for decades. Imagine this, how much you'd save millions just on that guy. And he don't deserve the pension. You know? I made notes because I'm trying to touch on a lot of things tonight. October 7th, there's a protest in Toronto against Linda Sarsour. We have to shut people like Linda Sarsour down. Got to shut people that are spreading hate and spreading the Islamist ideology as a positive thing, have to be shut down. And let's be clear, not all Islamists are evil. Got to dot all the I's and cross all the T's for even the right sometimes have some liberals in there. And the fact of the matter is they're not all evil. It's the extremists in Islam, the extremist Muslims, people like ISIS and Hamas who clearly are terrorists. That's what we have to stop. That's the ideology we have to stop. And Linda Sarsour is the viper that's out there spreading this hate. So if you can make it, October 7th in Toronto, you get a hold of Mayor Weinstein there from the JDL. He's mounting a counter protest to her speaking in Toronto. I mean, Ford, you want to gain some popularity? Get rid of her. Don't let her speak in Toronto. You know? And Faith Goldie, Jesus, short notice, Tuesday this week in Toronto. She's doing a protest against the CBC, that crap news there, that Main Street bull crap that you can't believe for a second. I've never seen such a lying bunch of idiots, libtards. You listen to CBC, listen. The Liberals pay those guys. The Liberals support that. So whose narrative do you think they're going to spew? It's all leftist type crap. They don't report on the real news. They only report on the leftist crap. And they deserve to be protested. Enough. It's like the States. Enough with fake news. You know, Canadians can take it. We want the real news so we can maybe help save ourselves. You guys are traitors, feeding us the crap that you do, CBC. So, and another thing, you want to see Toronto not become or not be a sanctuary city? Elect Faith Goldie. She'll take care of that. Faith Goldie, awesome patriot. I've met her a couple times. Great patriot. She's a strong woman. She's not scared to speak her mind. And I swear, I wish I lived in Toronto just so I could give her my vote. So if you're in Toronto, vote Faith Goldie so that you can, change. She's going to bring change to that city. I think she was on with Rise Canada there this evening. I'm not sure, but I think she spoke with Arun Datta, awesome Hindu patriot that I've met on a couple occasions, lives in Toronto. She actually, I think, did an interview with him or something. I'm super busy today. I didn't get a chance to see it, but she's out there promoting patriotic type views, and she will save that city. So vote Faith Goldie. And lastly, and the thing that's almost the most important, Canadians, enough with the complacency and the apathy. You're going to have to start showing up at these events like I just talked about. And you're going to have to start supporting the Patriot movement and the Patriot groups if you want to bring change to your country. I mean, the pen's mightier than the sword, and there's nothing wrong with doing your thing on Facebook. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, and it's very helpful. There's no doubt about it. But fact of the matter is, we have to start standing up for our country. If you don't stand for Canada now, your children will suffer. I mean, the facts are that a lot of these immigrants that are coming in have a lot of money. They're buying up all our small stores. And, you know, if you're a Canadian small business owner, you have to be diverse in who you hire. But it doesn't seem like that law applies to them because all the Max Milks and gas stations and hotels and motels pretty well across Canada now are owned by immigrants. Some of them damn good people, nothing wrong with that. You know, it's not a hate against them, but there's one thing I don't like is that they only hire their own. So where do we fit in the future in this super diverse country where we've become a minority? Canadians have 1.5 children. We're fiscally responsible. Our government has saddled us with so much debt and taxes. That's all we can afford. So I'm saying, you know, it's true. We need immigration. We need to populate the country. We definitely have the room. Well, guess what? Maybe the government should start investing in Canadians. Maybe the government should start giving more money to Canadians have more kids. Listen, they're having 7, 8 kids. Wouldn't it be nice to have 7, 8 kids? I had 4 kids, okay? I had 4 children. I'll tell you, my life was enriched fourfold. I'm telling you, yeah, there's hardships and everything with children, but the fact of the matter is these children are now bringing me grandchildren, and I'm the patriarch of, it's looking like it's going to be a big fam jam. We're going to be a big fam jam, and I'm the patriarch, and I swear it's a great position. You know, I get to love these grandchildren. I get to, you know, love my children. Christmases are going to get better and better. You know, it's awesome. Family's awesome. So why not promote ourselves, Canadians? Why doesn't this government promote Canadians to have more children? Maxim, are you going to promote Canadians to have more children? You know, are you going to try to save us? So I've gone through a few questions that I think Canadians, the ones that were the most popular, that were asked of me to ask you, and for you to ask Maxime Bernier. If we keep asking him the same questions and we keep him, let's remember, we got to keep our politicians in check. It's very easy for them to become corrupt. So if we can just elect the guy and keep him in check, if he knows that all hell's going to break loose if he doesn't start taking care of Canadians first, he's going to take care of Canadians first. You know, the problem in Canada is that the Canadians, the patriots, the citizens, fear the government. Well, fact of the matter is the government should fear its citizens. We're the boss. We pay them. They work for us. Do you go to work every day and tell your boss where to go? Is that how it works? I don't think so. When I go to work, I'm self-employed, mind you, but I still have a contract with somebody and I'm obligated to fulfill the duty, and I have to do it, and they're the boss, and there's a lot of things I don't like. I got to suck it up and do it. Well, that's the way our government should be made to feel. They should fear its citizens, knowing that, hey, if we don't do a good job, we don't start taking care of Canadians, they're not going to pay their taxes, and they're not going to support us, and in our short 4-year term, we're out. You know, I think Ontario spoke clearly when we got rid of the Liberals to the tune that they've only got 7 seats left. I mean, they don't even have real political status anymore. You know, fact is, I mean, you want to get technical, this government isn't even legal. I mean, they've been lying to us for years. This is a fake government, and it's all fake. You know, maybe Maxim will bring a government by the people, for the people. And Maxim, another thing, and Duke Willis brings this, and I'm going to cut this short because I don't want to get into Duke Willis's time. I strongly endorse you watching his show. He had awesome guests last night, Barry Prince and Billy. Awesome guests last night. Awesome show. I mean, another C3 member. Duke Willis is doing a great job, and I fully commend the man. Awesome dude. So, you know, we're going to have to start getting involved, guys? It's enough of the apathy. It's enough, you know, of not caring anymore. We have to get together. We have to stand up. and we have to look after our country. The complacency's got to end, or guess what? You're going to be complacent to the point where you will be stuck at home and you won't be eating 3 times a day, you'll be eating twice a day. And I'll tell you, you're going to be living under such a terrible dictatorship and Sharia type law. I mean, man, I'm happy I'm old in a way. Because if we don't win this, I'm happy I'm not going to be here to maybe see the worst of it. But I fear for my children and my grandchildren. That's the problem. So I'm just going to go through some of the comments there. Diana Bessett, and yeah, the people should run the government. Yeah, ask Scheer for some. He's the one with all the kids. Shirley McMullen. Eunice says, I love Duke. Yeah, so do I. He's a great guy. Shirley McMullen, that's funny. Is Max going to supply spur? I hope you guys actually go through some of these comments after my videos. They're awesome. Ron Banerjee, Dan Dubois, the condition is all your family got to be active C3 members and got to come to all rallies. That's right. You know, there's 3,400 people on our page. Why do only half a dozen and a dozen of you guys show up? Want a t-shirt? You got to buy them from me. And if you show up at a rally, I got them there with me most of the time. Screwed up last time. I didn't bring any to the vigil. Terribly sorry. But, you know, that's how you get on track. Okay. Jean Isaac Jane. She's awesome. There's an awesome patriot. Government should pay more emphasis on Canadian than bringing in herds of immigrants, especially from Islamic and third world countries. That's what I've been saying. Gina's right on, you know. Harold, great speech. Thank you very much, sir. I was speaking to Harold today. Great guy. Rob Grew, the Dubois clan. Yeah, it's not the Dubois clan. It's the Canadian Combat Coalition C3. Awesome group of patriots. Rob Grew, awesome guy. I've known him for years. Awesome dude. I say Canada's over full clothes and Canadians first. Diana Bessett, absolutely. Eunice, I love my country. I wish Canadians would wake up. Eunice Bailey Miller, yep. Gina, I get that. It's the best we have at the moment, though, but still 4 times less is not more than the rest are letting in illegally also. Yeah, Diane Bessett, yeah, that's what it is. I guess, and I don't know, you can't quote me verbatim on some of these things, but I heard that Maxime Bernier, he's into letting in 250,000 people into the country over the next 4 years. Where the Libs and PC, it's 1 million, you know. Don't be fed up with your country. Grant, you're absolutely right, bro. Eunice, I wish I were younger. We all do, Eunice. It's okay. We all wish we were younger. Awesome, Ron Banerjee. We're releasing a video with Faith at a Hindu temple tonight. Watch for it. That's awesome. So everybody watch for that. If you want to see a great woman there, I love that Faith Goldie. Tell you. Yeah, Gina, you're right. 250,000. No, I don't think it's per year, Gina. I don't know. I think it's over the next 4 years. Their term. I think that's the Libs said that they were let in 1 million over the next 3 or 4 years. PC kind of said same. And I think that Max said 250,000. Well, it'd be easier to vet 250,000 because you could actually maybe let them in through the front door. And 250,000 immigrants, if they're not all from the Middle East, nothing wrong with that. You know, if they're not all from the countries that hate us, like if we were letting in people from South Africa, awesome. Hindu temple, yeah, okay. Harold Stewart, he's pushing his Veterans Coalition Party of Canada. There's so many of these little parties. You guys, I'm hoping, and I'm talking to Garvey, and, you know, it would be nice. I'm asking nicely, and I understand that, you know, you don't all agree on the same thing, but let's say we see that Maxime Bernier is the guy that might save Canada. What if we can say that Maxime Bernier is almost like Trump? What if we believe that he might be the man that'll save Canada? Wouldn't it be a good idea if all of these other smaller political type groups joined forces behind this guy? and then we might have a victory. I mean, we don't need another majority government. We see that that doesn't work very well. Look what the Libs have done. Majority government totally become dictators, communists almost, do what they want. So a minority government would be probably a better thing. And I think if, you know, a bigger portion of Canada endorsed Maxime Bernier, he might bring it in. And if he did, I don't think he'd bring it in with a majority. So, you know, as long as there's opposition to keep him in check, it might be a good thing. On the Duke Willis show, like they said last night, the PC and the Libs, you know, you got your two left groups there. The only right group, the NDP and the Libs, you got your two left groups. The only right group we had was the PC. Well, maybe if the PC and Maxime Bernier's party, you know, now we'd have two voices for the left, two voices for the right. Maybe the war will be fairer. Maybe we'll get a fairer, more just government. I mean, these are things to ponder on, you know. Yes, City Mississauga has welcomed her, not Toronto. Yes, I know we're talking about that Linda Sarsour there. Man, what a hater. You know, she's terrible, terrible person. Okay, Diana Bessett informed us. He's against mass immigration, keeping numbers to 250,000 max, vetting. Legal, according to our capability and work, Gina. Diane Bessett knows, because Diane has been one of the people that's been calling Maxime's office and getting some answers. You know, these are awesome patriots, folks. I'm so proud of our C3 membership. You know, guys like Wendy, how can you ask for a better dude than that guy? You see the work that guy puts out? Follow Wendy. That man works hard for the movement. Diane Bessett too. You know, many of these people that are commenting tonight are hard workers. Ron Banerjee, you know, he's got haters. We all got haters, but you know what? At the end of the day, Ron Banerjee's working to save Canada. Jean Isaac Jane, you know, there's another one. C3 member, awesome woman. You know. Okay. Whitney, C3 is very active in Edmonton, folks. I'm here. I love that guy. I'm going to meet you one day, Win. I swear. I'm driving out there. I got to come and meet you, dude. Yeah, Gene Isaac, yeah. So Harper's government didn't help Canadians for problems like water. Then why do conservatives say Harper was a good leader? That's true. During his term, he didn't help the water problem with the First Nations. So anyways, let's see what time it's getting to be there. Yeah, I've been on long enough boring you. You heard my point of view. We got some good questions to ask Maxime Bernier. Share this video. Hopefully he sees it. I hear he responds to Patriots. And maybe he'll give us some answers, because that's the thing I hear that's resonating the loudest, is that Canadian Patriots at this time want some answers. So have a great evening, Patriots. It's always wonderful seeing the people follow us and make these awesome comments. You know, guys, Carl Edward Fleury, another awesome Patriot. I wish I could name yous all. I just don't have time. There's, you know, dozens and dozens and dozens of you wonderful people. But anyways, from C3, Canadian Combat Coalition, and myself, have a wonderful evening, and maybe we'll talk again this week. Go and watch Duke Willis's show, if he's on, at 9 o'clock. Take care.